Tonight, a Holocaust survivor shares her story.
Plus, Troy celebrates the career of Mayor Jimmy Lunceford. Stay tuned. Troy TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for October 30th, 2012. I'm Rachel Scarborough.
And I'm Judson Garner. Thank you for joining us this evening.
Last night, people from around the community came to honor the man who has led Troy for the past 3 decades. Mayor Jimmy Lunceford has served Troy for over 30 years, and on Monday afternoon, he was honored by city officials and citizens of Troy.
When you serve in a city this small for that many years, that goes to show how loved you are. He loves Troy, and for somebody who grew up in Troy and has seen the progress, he deserved every bit of what he was given.
Troy has seen unprecedented growth under his leadership. He's done a wonderful job. He's been a great mayor for the employees, for the citizens, and for everyone in the community. He's been a tremendous economic developer, and we're going to miss him.
The city council named the municipal complex in his honor, and Lunceford said that he had no idea it was happening.
It was a surprise, it really was. I thought I might get a watch, as I did, but I had no idea that the complex that I'm so proud of, that we were able to complete in '95, that they would name it in my honor. My grandson said our name will be up there forever.
How does he feel about retiring?
Bittersweet might be a good term. It's wonderful to know that I can go now and enjoy my retirement. I love to work, but it'll give me a lot more freedom on the weekends, freedom in the evenings.
So what's next for Lunceford?
I am on the way into working with economic development. I'm going to work some in economic development. I plan to serve on several municipal boards.
One at the event says that Lunceford has helped her throughout her life, whether at school or work.
And I am so proud to have known him, and I watched him serve, grown up in his presence, and just watched him be the man that God sent him here to be. He was sent here to lead Troy, and he's done it in fine fashion.
To retirement, he plans to spend much more time with his grandchildren.
Troy University students were able to get a first-hand account of one of the biggest human tragedies in human history from a survivor of the Holocaust. Deidre Montgomery has a story.
That their story may live forever. Guest speaker Ann Rosenheck visited Troy University Tuesday morning to tell the student body about her life as a Holocaust survivor in hopes that no one would ever forget about this time in history.
I don't want it ever to be forgotten, because sooner or later that the survivors are dying out, and although many times I cry, I can keep it back, but I want the world not to forget.
Rosenheck shared her past experiences, such as witnessing the loss and abuse of her family and friends. Dean of Undergraduate Studies Hal Former stated that having Rosenheck speak would shed light on a part of history that is deeper than what is taught in a classroom.
I think what happens is time passes and history becomes something we read in a book. And with someone like Ann, history is alive. She was there. She was in the concentration camps. There's nothing like being able to hear an eyewitness to history.
The most important thing Rosenheck expressed about her past is that it helps her appreciate her present and future even more. She hopes everyone who attended left with an understanding about being grateful to live in the United States.
Of you Americans, do you really appreciate this beautiful country, this freedom? It's something that not every country has it, and I'm so proud to be an American.
And after hearing such a moving story, the audience could not help but give the survivor a standing ovation. Deidre Montgomery, for TrojanVision News.
We will hear more from Rosenheck later in the show in today's edition of Trojan Talk. People often look back at old photos to reminisce on good times, and Rachel, college students take a lot of photos.
That's right, Judson, and one organization understands that, and today made sure all students could be a part of the Palladium Yearbook. Bailey Majors gives us a look at the Fall Picture Day.
Tuesday, Troy University's yearbook publication, the Palladium, gave students the opportunity to be able to be part of a memento that would last a lifetime.
We're having Picture Day for the Palladium. We're also selling yearbooks. It's for the 2012-2013 edition of the yearbook that's coming out next year.
There was no cost to Troy students who wanted a portrait taken for the yearbook, and workers say that it was important for students to take part in Picture Day.
It's very important for students to get their picture taken to be in the yearbook so that they can be part of Troy's history, to be documented in a publication for the university.
It's fun to look back through the years and see what you looked like as, a freshman or a sophomore or a senior, because you look so different from year to year.
Along with taking portraits, the Palladium also sold copies of the 2011-2012 yearbook and took pre-orders for the 2012-2013 yearbook. The editor and business manager for the Palladium encouraged all students to buy a yearbook.
I just think it's really important for everyone to know we have a yearbook, and it's $5.
They're available in the journalism department. They're also available through any staff member. We cover an array of events for all of the organizations on campus, and all of the organizations are featured within this book.
Workers for the Palladium also say that having a yearbook is a good way to be able to remember your college memories.
I think memories are extremely important because after you leave college, all you'll have is those fond memories to look back on, and it's really nice to have those memories in a concrete thing like a yearbook.
Bailey Majors, Troy TrojanVision News.
There will be another Picture Day in the spring, and once again, Palladium yearbooks are $5 and are available in the Barnes & Noble bookstore and Wallace Hall.
And now taking a look at news from around the state, in Birmingham, police are investigating a slaying in the city's west side. A person was shot to death on Woodland Avenue before 9 o'clock last night.
And in Clanton, the CEO of the hospital, whose license has been suspended, says he hopes to find a new owner to operate what has been the only hospital in a 60-mile stretch between Prattville and Alabaster. The Alabama Department of Health issued an emergency order Monday suspending the license of Clanton Hospital after the facility was unable to meet its payroll.
In Camden, a mostly female jury has been chosen to hear the trial of a former legislator charged with sexually abusing a 17-year-old girl. Attorneys spent about 4 hours yesterday to select the jury in the trial of former state representative James Thomas. He was principal at Wilcox Central High School at the time of the alleged incident in 2010.
And still to come on Troy TrojanVision Nightly News, the Trojan soccer team is preparing for the conference tournament. Justin McNally will have the details when he joins us with sports.
But first, Hurricane Sandy hit the Northeast with a powerful punch. We'll have that story and more after the break.
Sandy ripped up a large section of the historic boardwalk in Atlantic City. I'm Duarte Geraldina with more on the superstorm coming up.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Our Eat Troy program is one of the largest in Troy University. So whether students take classes in Tennessee or in South Korea or Japan or Vietnam, there is no difference in quality.
Get your degree on your terms with eTroy online degree programs. Flexible, accredited, respected across the globe. Troy University, it's all you need to know.
My name is Dr. Lee, Troy University College of Education, and I choose Troy.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Rachel Scarborough at the Global News Desk. Rachel.
Thanks, Judson. Superstorm Sandy has left a massive path of destruction across several states, including hard-hit New Jersey. Millions are without power, and there are shore homes knocked off their foundations. Duarte Geraldino is in the hardest-hit Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Sandy's tremendous storm surge hit Long Beach Island, New Jersey like a tsunami. Boats are piled high in a backyard, buildings are smashed to pieces on some streets, and at least one home was ripped off its foundation and sent crashing into another.
The level of devastation at the Jersey Shore is unthinkable.
This is where Superstorm Sandy hit first. She's now blamed for the deaths of over 30 people in several states. From the Carolinas to New England, more than 6 million are without power. People waited in lines for hours at this New Jersey gas station to refill generators and cars.
I have 2 inches of water. My neighbor's got like probably 4 feet of water because they don't have a generator.
A huge tidal surge sent waters gushing into Moonachie, New Jersey. Within 45 minutes, water rose 5 feet, leaving 800 people stranded. Emergency crews moved quickly to get people out. This man was one of the last, hitching a ride out on a front loader. Here in Atlantic City, Sandy ripped up a large section of the historic boardwalk, but the casinos didn't suffer much damage. They're waiting for state approval to reopen. But it could be a while before Atlantic City is up and running again because repair crews can't get there. Sandy is now plodding through the middle of the country, bringing up to 3 feet of snow in the Appalachian Mountains.
I think it's going to be a bad winter.
In Ohio, trees are down and power lines snapped. Farther north, Chicago officials are warning people to stay away from Lake Michigan, where Sandy is whipping up to 27-foot waves. Duarte Geraldino for CBS News, Atlantic City, New Jersey.
Election Day is 1 week away, and the superstorm has forced both presidential candidates off the campaign trail. But with the race a virtual tie, they're working to strike the right balance between the fight of their political lives and the hardship many Americans are now facing in the wake of the storm. Tara Mergener reports from the White House.
President Obama visited Red Cross headquarters in Washington Tuesday afternoon and spoke about the response to the storm.
My message to the federal government: no bureaucracy, no red tape, get resources where they're needed as fast as possible, as hard as possible, and for the duration.
Working to put the recovery effort ahead of the impending election, the president canceled his Wednesday campaign trip to Ohio. He'll see storm damage and thank first responders in New Jersey instead. Republican challenger Mitt Romney was in Ohio Tuesday, collecting money and relief supplies for storm victims.
And I appreciate your generosity. It's part of the American spirit, the American way to give to people who are in need. And your generosity this morning touches my heart.
From the White House, President Obama has been calling the governors of storm-ravaged states, and one of Romney's key supporters has been praising the president's leadership.
The cooperation has been great with FEMA here on the ground at our intelligence center, and the cooperation from the President of the United States has been outstanding. He deserves great credit.
While the president remains in Washington, he's getting help on the campaign trail from former President Bill Clinton.
I have worked very hard in this election, and I'm not running for anything.
Clinton was in Minnesota Tuesday, a state where the race is tightening. He is expected to campaign in 6 battleground states for President Obama before Election Day. Tara Mergener for CBS News, the White House.
And that wraps things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, such as how some churches are holding a drive-through prayer service, you can tune into Trojan Vision Global News right after Nightly News. Now back to you, Judson.
Thank you, Rachel. And now Justin McNally joins us for a look at sports. So, Justin, soccer team has a very important game coming up tomorrow.
That's right. The Trojan soccer team is participating in their 4th straight conference tournament. They're facing the team they've already played this year. Not the best outcome in that game, but I'll get to that and more here in sports. Right. The Trojan football team has had a roller coaster of a season, to say the least. Whenever momentum swings in their favor, it seems as if it is taken back instantly. And that is the hurdle the Trojans are trying to overcome. Just when it looked as if the Trojans were back on the right track and were going to be the comeback kids they had been all season, this happened.
22 seconds to go from the 22-yard line. Wilbert's going to go downfield. He'll throw to the end zone. He's got a man over there, and he makes the catch. Touchdown, William Dukes. FAU has taken the lead right back with 17 seconds to go.
That Hail Mary pass down the Trojans 34-27, and it really diminished the Trojans' chances at a conference title. But the players know they cannot sit back and reflect on the loss.
Whenever you lose, you have to get your head back in the game. You know, you can't go back. If you could go back, a lot of teams would go back and play the team that they should have beat.
Despite the loss, the Trojans still have goals that are motivating them to finish the season strong.
We still got a chance to go to a bowl game.
and we still got a chance to have a winning season.
Bowl game, making it to at least 6 wins, hopefully 8. That would be a nice turn of events to get, these last 4.
While these goals may be in place for the Trojans, Davis gives his thoughts on how this game put him back into reality.
Whenever you lose against a team you shouldn't lose against, it shouldn't knock your confidence off. It should just make you open your eyes and realize you ain't really as good as you think you are.
Robinson sums up what Troy has to do for the remainder of the season to regain their momentum.
We got a tough road ahead. We just got to go out and play every Saturday, man, with the intent to win. Not playing to lose.
The Trojans hope to pick up some momentum as they head to Neyland Stadium this Saturday to take on the Tennessee Volunteers. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. And the Trojans soccer team is looking to make history at the Sun Belt Conference Tournament starting on Wednesday. The Trojans have never won a game in the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. The Trojans will have a tough test, though, as they face a number 3 seeded FIU Panthers. The Panthers, despite being the 3 seed, took home a 3-way tie the conference title with Middle Tennessee State and North Texas. The Trojans have already lost to the Panthers earlier this year 2-1 in overtime. If the Trojans are victorious, they will play the winner of the South Alabama-Middle Tennessee game on Friday. And the Trojan volleyball team can add another player to the list of Sun Belt Conference Players of the Week. After an impressive outing this past week, Alicia Dukes was named Player of the Week by the Sun Belt Conference. Dukes, who played in place of reigning Player of the Week Blair Winston, nearly posted the first triple-double of the season for the Trojans last Tuesday against Florida A&M. Dukes did not stop there. In the match against South Alabama on Saturday, Dukes posted a game-high 17 kills as the Trojans defeated the Jaguars and maintained their second-place position in the conference standings. Dukes is a third Player of the Week winner for the Trojans this year, along with Winston and Courtney Cohen. So as you can see, Judson, Rachel, the soccer team has this big game coming up tomorrow. Hopefully they can go out there and get a win, extend their season a little bit longer, pick up this win, 2 more, and they'll just be right in the national championship hunt. And so we're hoping for the best for them.
Yeah, but looks like the soccer team's in the run for some big, success if they can win that game tomorrow. So
let's hope they get a win for them.
Yeah, best of luck to them. Thanks, Justin.
Thank you, Judson. Stay tuned to TrojanVision Nightly News and Trojan Talk. We will hear from the Holocaust survivor Ann Rosenheck.
First, clear skies today, but tomorrow is Halloween. Are there unpleasant weather conditions lurking in the shadows, Bree?
Actually, as Halloween approaches, the temperatures will be warming back up. I'll have more coming up next in weather.
Some risks are obviously not worth taking. Some aren't as obvious, but could be just as deadly, like the risk for type 2 diabetes. Take the diabetes risk test and stop diabetes before it stops you.
It's not over. Japan still needs our help. This is not yesterday's news. It's happening now. Let's help.
You can't text and pay attention to the world around you, and you definitely can't text and drive. Every year, deaths due to distracted and negligent driving are increasing. In fact, while drunk driving rates have dropped greatly, negligent driving fatalities have skyrocketed. Find out more at negligentdriving.com.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now Bree Sanders joins us for a look at weather.
So Bree, tomorrow night is Halloween night. How should parents dress their children to go trick-or-treating?
Well, as Halloween approaches up on us, the temperatures will be increasing back into the mid-70s, so it won't be as cool as it has been the last few days. But the kids should at least grab a jacket later on that night because the temperatures will decrease. But I'll get more into that right now. First, let's go ahead and go into our current conditions as we take a look at our skies. Right now, we have partly cloudy skies in our area. Temperatures at 60 degrees, dew points at 20 degrees, humidity is at 22%, barometers at 29.91 inches and steady. Winds are coming in from the west-northwest at about 16 miles per hour. Today's stats, we had a high today of 64 degrees, a low of 35. There was no rain in our area. The sun rises at 6:59 a.m. and it should set at 6 o'clock p.m. Temperatures around the state. Overall, the state is experiencing a mixture of upper 60s, lower 60s, upper 50-degree temperatures right now. Mobile coming in with a high at 68, Huntsville at 57, Birmingham at 58, Montgomery at 60, Troy at Montgomery at 61, excuse me. Troy at 60, Phoenix City at 61, and Dothan at 63. Looking at our temperatures in our area, overall our state is averaging about mid-50-degree temperatures right there, 56 in Birmingham. As we move throughout the rest of the southeast, those temperatures decrease significantly into about the lower 50s right there in North Carolina. As we move into our current temperatures around the United States, however, moving to the west coast, the temperatures are more like they are here in the southeast. They're not too much different as we look throughout the United States. Definitely in the lower to mid 50s. Departure from normal, they're about 11 degrees, 12 degrees, 10 degrees warmer than what they have been seeing lately. So a few days ago, they were almost in single-digit temperatures, and now their temperatures are warming back up as well. But as we take a closer look into our area, it's like we flip-flop. Now that the West is no longer in their single-digit temperatures, they're getting a lot warmer. We're actually getting cooler, about 11 degrees cooler than what we've seen lately. So our fall temperatures can definitely come into our area. Current surface map, as we look throughout the United States, it's a mixture of things going on right now. We have a stationary front moving through the mid part of the states, as well as some heavy to moderate rain systems, a few high pressure systems going on. But as we take a closer look into our area, we have this heavy to moderate rain system that looks like it's trying to push through our area, that definitely brought in some cooler temperatures over the past few days. Precipitation forecast over the next 2 days, we shouldn't be experiencing any rain in our area, but as we look towards the rest of the southeast there in North Carolina, as well as a little bit of South Carolina, they will be experiencing about 1/4 of an inch of rain or so. As we head into tomorrow on Halloween, no rain to worry about in our area. Moving into Thursday, still no rain, but we still see Hurricane Sandy leaving in some residue up there in the northeast. As we move into Saturday, no rain in our area, but we see that rain coming back through the Midwest, possibly pushing towards the southeast. And as we try to close out our weekend on Sunday, it continues to get a little bit heavier as it comes through Mississippi and heads towards our area. For tonight's forecast, we have clear skies. It'll be a cooler night. Very windy winds coming in from the west at about 12 miles per hour with a low of 38 degrees. So tonight will be much like last night. It'll be very cool outside. Make sure you keep that jacket on hand with you. For tomorrow's forecast, we have mostly sunny skies, intervals of sunshine in our area, very windy tomorrow, winds coming in from the west at about 12 miles per hour with a high of 73. So tomorrow's high will actually be 10 degrees higher than what it was today. So just when we thought those cooler temperatures were here to stay, they warm back up again. Moving into our 4-day forecast, like I said earlier, on Wednesday, the high definitely gets to about 73 degrees with a low of 42. On Thursday, the high remains right there at 73. Low gets to 45. On Friday, the high continues to rise right there at 76 degrees, and the low gets to 49 as well. So temperatures are decreasing in the day and at night. And on Saturday, the high gets to 79, almost 80 degrees. So, Rachel, we have been experiencing cooler temperatures all week. Before those Halloweeners or people going out to go trick-or-treating tomorrow, they can definitely grab a light jacket, nothing too much to worry about. It won't be too cold outside, and it looks like for the rest of the week, those temperatures are warming right back up.
And it's never too early to look at the weekend. I saw Saturday back in the 70s. So, you know, just a beautiful weekend as well.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you so much, Bree.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Bree.